Day 2 of trigonometry. Today we are going to the first exercise. Before that, once again we will recall what we learned already. First of all, trigonometry is the first phase. Now it's a basic one for the 10th class people. So we are going to learn. Will recall once again what is the ratio, trigonometry ratios. According to me, I think that there are only three ratios, namely sin theta, tan theta and sec theta. And depending upon the co-functions, we got the other one. All these functions are, whenever we are using co or removing co, we got the swapping sin theta, adjacent to opposite, opposite to adjacent. And we also learned that some ratios, inverse functions, how they are inverse, sin theta, opposite to cosecant theta, cos theta and secant theta, tan theta and cot theta. These all things are we learned now. And I also told you that the complete 10th class syllabus of Indian AP CBSE books, it contains only, the first exercise contains only right angle triangle. Whenever we think of right angle triangle, there are only triples, Pythagoras triples. What are the Pythagoras theorems? When we are using Pythagoras theorem also. What are the Pythagoras triples? According to me, 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, 7, 24, 25, 20, 21, 29, 8, 15, 20, 17, L plus M, L minus M, root Lm. It's a reciprocal, first root Lm, L minus M, then later L plus M. And 1, 2, 3, 2. And their multiples. Generally we are using the same. What are the multiples means? I will give some examples. For example, 3, 4, 5 means multiply with 50 times. 3 50s are 150, 4s are 200, 5s are 250. Or you may take multiply with 5, 5 5s are 12, 2 5s are 60, 35 are 20, 65, like that. All these we are taking the multiples. Usually, whenever we have this is the process. Now we are on the second exercise contains, I told you that ratios, values, certain values, 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. It will be the third one, second one. The third contains only three identities. That is sin square plus cos square theta is equal to 1, 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square, 1 plus cos square is equal to cosecant square. That will be learned in the next level. Now in exercise number 8.1, what we are going to learn is the above one. We are using the above what we call Pythagoras triple. Now let us take the first problem. In a triangle ABC, right angle B, AB is equal to 24, BC is equal to 7. Determine sin A cos A and sin C cos C. Here we got the same value, sin, cos, sin and cos, but the angles are different. Because in triangle ABC, we are taking with respect to A and we are taking with respect to C. As it is. Now whenever we think about with respect to A, what is the opposite? 7. What is the adjacent? 24. With respect to C, what is the opposite? 24. What is the adjacent is 7. But here I have written 24, 7. Already I have written A is equal to 25. Because of this, by taking the triples. But however, to get marks, we have to solve the problem in proper way. So our solution starts like this. You see the solution. It is given that from the adjacent we are writing. It is given that in triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Whenever it's a 90 degrees right angle triangle, by Pythagoras theorem, opposite square plus adjacent square is equal to hypotenuse square, or sometimes side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. From the adjacent figure, we got AB is equal to 24, BC is equal to 7. We didn't separate which is, we never announced that which is opposite and which is adjacent, because the opposite side and adjacent will become depending upon the angles. Angle A opposite is different, angle C is opposite is different. So then now we have determined the value of hypotenuse. So we are using AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AB square means 24 square plus 7 square. As we know that AC is equal to root of 24 24s are 576 plus 49. AC is equal to root of 625, that is equal to 25. And we got the three values. Now we are using how to determine sin A cos. I will explain now. Sin A. That means opposite to A. That's why from the beginning I am writing that I never write opposite by hypotenuse, adjacent by hypotenuse, opposite by adjacent like that, because here the angle is very very important. Opposite to A is a must. Opposite to C is the must. So we are using opposite to A. What is the angle up to opposite to A means 7. And what is by hypotenuse means 25, the largest side. So we are writing 7 by 25. Cos A means cos A. Adjacent to A by hypotenuse. Adjacent to A adjacent is 24. Hypotenuse 25. 24 by 25. Similarly, the second one, sin C cos C. Here I am writing sin C means opposite to C by hypotenuse. What is the value? C opposite is 24. Hypotenuse 25. Cos C means adjacent to C. Adjacent to C is 7 and hypotenuse 25. So that is the problem. Next one we have to take. That's we got this solution. The next one, from the adjacent figure, here it is the given. Here PQ is given, QR is given, PQ is 12 and QR is 13. From the triples, right angle triples, we got with the third value. But however, we have to solve the problem. So again, the solution, it is given in triangle AB is PQR, angle Q is equal to 90 degrees. By Pythagoras theorem again, PQ square plus QR square is equal to PR square. From the adjacent figure, PQ is equal to 1, PR is equal to 30 units. So therefore, whenever PQ plus QR, PQ square plus QR square is PR square, QR square is equal to PR square minus PQ square. The value, whenever we send to the other side, it will become minus. So now we are replacing. So QR square is equal to PR square minus PQ square, that is 13 square minus 12 square. Therefore QR square is equal to 169 minus 144. Whenever QR square is like that, QR is equal to root of 169 minus 144, that is equal to 25, that one is 5. Here it is a 5 is a positive. Why? Because all measurements are positive only. There is no negative measurement. Now we are using tan P minus cota. What is the value of tan P? I told you tan P means opposite to P by adjacent P. That is very important. From the beginning I am telling you, don't write opposite by hypotenuse like that. Write opposite to theta, opposite to P, opposite to Q, opposite to L like that one. Because it the tan P here, tan P means opposite to P only we have to take and adjacent to P only we have to take. So here P plays vital role. That's why opposite to P. What is the value of opposite to P means 5 and adjacent to P means 12. 5 by 12. Cot R means adjacent to R adjacent. Now it is 5. R opposite is 12. So tan P minus cot R is equal to 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12 is equal to 0. This is the solution. Similarly, we have to find some problems by the students itself. Without practicing, you only teacher explains means doesn't use proper result. In mathematics, the students has to do the problems, not the teacher, because the teacher already learned. He passed in 10th class, he passed at the intermediate, plus 2 level or inter level, degree level, BEd level, and he has written TET, and also he has written he participated in the competition competition, he got the result. So don't ask them to solve the teachers. The teacher's duty is ask the students to solve the problems, but not solve the teachers on the board. So every time some homework is required, so here you can the students can do the problem from the school point or the homework. Now after completing the problems, we got 6. I solved 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. Now we are moving to 6. If AB are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B, then show that angle A is equal to B. When we observe this one, it is nothing. Here we have to prove nothing because we don't know about inverse functions. If it was not explained, so simple, we can say the both sides ratios are equal, so angles are equal. If you know the inverse function, we can solve the problems. Here the inverse function doesn't arise us in our syllabus. So simply we can say that in both sides cos A is equal to cos B. Whenever the ratios cos and cos are equal, automatically the angles cos A is equal to cos B, angle A will become angle B. So there is nothing to prove. Next problem, if cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, evaluate these two and compare them. It's a question. Now from this adjacent figure, we have to draw every time one figure. Here we have to draw the triangle. Triangle ABC or PQ or XYZ, whatever maybe you take, but I am taking triangle ABC. Angle at B as usual we are taking. At C we are taking theta. Now AB is 8 centimeters, BC is equal to 7 centimeters. We have to calculate the hypotenuse here. Again the process same. We are always taking Pythagoras. So it is given in triangle ABC where angle B is equal to 90 degrees. So by Pythagoras theorem, AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. From the adjacent figure we know that AB is equal to 8 centimeters, BC is equal to 7 units. Now just simply we have to replace. AB means 8 square, BC square means 7 square, AC is equal to root of 64 plus 49, because AC square will become root to the opposite side. Root of 64 plus 49, that is root of 130, AC is equal to root of 130. Now we will solve. We got the value of AC is equal to root 130, that is called hypotenuse. Now we will solve the problem. 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta, 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Here A plus B into A minus B, simple algebraic formula we are using. A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. Similarly in the numerator and denominator also. We got 1 minus 8 by root 3 whole square, root 130 whole square by 1 minus 7 by root 113 whole square. Here 8 will become 64, root 113 and whole square cancel to each other, we got only 113. Similarly 7 will become 49, root of 113 on the whole square will become cancel to each other, we got 113. So we are taking LCM here also. This is the only problem students are facing nowadays. When we observe in many schools, the LCM is a problem. So they have to give many problems of taking LCM. Whenever you got the LCM, here it is the only complicated for students. If they know how to find out the LCM, they can solve the problem easily. We got in the numerator we got 49 by 113, and in denominator will become reciprocal 113 by 64. We got it on cancel 113, we got 49 by 64. That is equal to 7 square by 8 square is equal to, that is nothing but cot square A, because we know cot square theta is equal to, it is given that 7 by 8. 7 square 8 square means cot square theta. Here the entire problem, this is the only problem for the students. If they know how to solve this one, they can solve the problems easily, very easily. This is the problem. You see here, we can observe here that, so we prove that left hand 1 is equal to 2. The problem 1 is equal to problem 2. That is 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta equal to cos square theta. It takes only 2 days. The next level is similarly some of the problems. If the 3 cot A is equal to 4, check that 1 plus tan square A by 1 minus tan square A is equal to cos square A minus sin square A. Here we know that cot A. Similarly, we have to take a triangle. We have to find the third side, because it's a 4 by 3, So 3, 4 means the third side will become 5, but you have to find through the Pythagoras theorem, using Pythagoras theorem. Similarly, ninth problem also. Here also we are having two angles A and C, as we know factorial. The third one is nothing but in triangle PQR, right angle to be same manner. Draw the diagram, find the values, definitely will get the value. One is 5, the other one is P plus PR plus QR is equal to 25. So PR will become 25 minus QR. Replace, substitute that we get. The last one is state whether the following are true or false. Justify your answer. The value of tan A is always less than 1. So it's wrong, but we will prove the next one. Because opposite side by adjacent sides, sometimes they may equal. How they are equal means we will prove the next exercise. The next one, secant A is equal to 12 by 5 for some value of angle A. Secant means it's wrong. Why? Because means here it is secant A is 12 by opposite by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always 12 by 15. Hypotenuse is always greater than the numerator. Sorry, secant A is equal to 12 by 5 for some value of angle A. It's true sometimes because 12 hypotenuse by opposite, hypotenuse by adjacent. So hypotenuse the value is greater than, so it's true. Cos A is the observation of cosecant of angle A. Sorry, this is not a cosecant angle A. Cos A means cosine theta, cosine A. So it is false. Cot A is the product of cot and A. Sorry, cot is the ratio and A is the angle. So they never multiply to each other. Sin A is 4 by 3 for some angle. This is also false. Why? Sin A means opposite by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always the greatest value. So it is also false. So this is the exercise. It takes 2 days. Sometimes it takes 3 days. But however, we have to go through. Here the most complicated thing is nothing but LCM. And one more thing we have to observe. Once again I told you, the complete exercise we are dealing with, we are having only some elements, fixed elements like opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. One thing. Second thing is Pythagoras theorem. Third thing squaring, and third the most important thing is by taking the LCMs. This is the only important. Thank you, Ananda. And we will think about it. We will meet again day 4 program. Thank you.